Hey there, Abrams Insights here, and today I'm going to show you how to seriously boost the performance of Google Chrome. Now, a lot of times when it comes to boosting the performance of any browser, a lot of people try to clear the cache and the history, and that works pretty good. Also, if you clear out the cookies. But what we're going to do is a thorough reinstallation and cleaning of the browser, and by that, it's going to be uninstalling it and then clearing out what's going to be the user profile of Google. And to get there, you can copy this from the video description. All it is going to be going to your Explorer up here. And then you want to type in user profile. That's actually percent, user profile percent. And then backslash AppData backslash local backslash Google. Enter. That'll take you straight there. And this Chrome folder is the main culprit of the slowdown in the browser. Just go to properties. If you see several gigabytes, that's seriously slowing it down. You've probably had it installed for a while, a lot of upgrades, a lot of bloat, a lot of leftovers, even if you clear the cache. It seems to have a lot of other caching processes that go on there, and it's pretty tricky to clear out. Another thing that clears out some of that cache is if you have CCleaner and CC Enhancer. Alright, so first things first, let's go ahead and back up your Google Chrome data. And to do that, you need to have a Google account. So if you don't have a Google account, go ahead and just search for Google Sign Up and go to Sign In Google Accounts, Create Accounts. And this should be pretty easy. It's a free account and it'll back up everything in your browser, your extensions, bookmarks, passwords, all the good stuff. And I'll go ahead and show you a way to verify if it's backed up as well. So once you do have the account, we need to sign in. And sometimes you may have this paused account, so it's still not syncing. A lot of times this occurs if you have multiple Google accounts, which I do. And when you sign in on the latest version of the browsers now to like YouTube or whatnot with different accounts, it's going to go ahead and pause your browser's account. So I wish they would change that. It seems to be the way the newest one works. But at the moment, we need to sign in. And once you're signed in, we're going to go ahead, pull up the settings and then the sync. And you can sync everything, or if you want to trim down the accounts, you can turn off sync everything. And the ones that you should be pretty safe to turn off to save a little bit on this accounts is the open tabs. I don't really ever use that. That's good if you have multiple computers and you want the same browser session and tabs and stuff open. Maybe like if you were broadcasting it on another computer or something. Another one is the history. I usually like to clear the history a bit, especially after a week. I don't really go farther back than that. If you rely on history up to like a month or so, you probably should just bookmark those web pages. And then we have the autofill. This one you may want to keep or you may not. It depends on if you're security conscious and you don't like your searches and form information be saved in the browser. Now, in addition to that, go ahead and verify that your payment methods is how you like it. You can have that turned on if you like to save your payment information in the browser. I personally don't, because payment information is normally saved on website accounts and things like that. I don't really care to have it in the browser as well. I feel like it's more vulnerable if it's saved in the browser. Now we have addresses and more. Same thing as the payment information. This one's not as risky, but again, I don't really want the extra risk of possible malicious software code, things like that, pulling the address from the browser, websites and things. And also, most accounts online also save your addresses and things already, so you don't really need it in the browser. This is probably good if you fill out lots of surveys and things. Maybe you make some money doing that, then it would probably pay off to go ahead and have things a little bit faster and saved in the browser in that case. But I keep those off for security purposes. Other than that, we should be pretty good. All these settings are already going to be backed up, and the sync here, you just want to go to the settings, make sure that's turned on. And again, if you're not sure, just turn it all on. You're pretty safe by that. And turn on the payment methods, addresses, if you want to save that stuff for sure. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and check the sync process. To get there, all you have to do is go to Chrome:// sync, press enter, and that's going to pull up this big technical screen that's the sync internals. And the main thing we're looking for here is the last synced. So I had 3 minutes ago. So that's pretty great. The fully sync has finished by then, and just make sure you see all green here. So maybe if you had like thousands of bookmarks like I kind of do there, different extensions, passwords, things like that, it'll take a little moment. Give it about maybe 2 to 10 minutes, something like that. So just go ahead and take a break from the computer, come back, make sure it's all green and good to go. You want to have everything backed up in your cloud account first. Let's go ahead and also make sure we have the Chrome installer. Just go to download and install Google Chrome, download the installation, download, uncheck, accept and install. All right, make sure you know where that installer is. I have it on my desktop here. And to get CCleaner, it's pretty easy. Just CCleaner, download. They have a couple of paid versions. I just go to the free version. Free download on the left, and then go to download, and you should be good there. And then before you run CCleaner, you also want CC Enhancer, and then download the installer. All right, now we're going to make a local backup of the Google Chrome profile. And before that, we want to run CCleaner to trim the fat from the profile and make sure that the backup is not too big as well. So go to CC Enhancer, download latest, yes. And then CCleaner is going to be running. And the CC Enhancer does make it take a little longer to load those definitions, but it's not so bad. It's definitely worth the wait because it does a lot more cleaning. So the main one we're looking at is going to be the applications, Google Chrome. Make sure pretty much everything is checked here, except you want to uncheck bookmarks backup and bookmarks icons to be safe. And then also uncheck saved form information and saved passwords. The rest should be pretty good. Another one I usually don't recommend checking is the Windows Update. Make sure that's unchecked as well. Run cleaner, and this will go ahead and clear out any additional bloat that's in the user profile for Google Chrome. Let's go ahead and navigate to that user Chrome profile. After running CCleaner, that may have actually cleared your clipboard, so you'll probably have to copy that link again, and then go to the Chrome folder. And you can see if it's reduced the size. It may or may have not. Let's go ahead and back it up. So with that, just go to copy, and you can either paste it on your desktop or you can put it on a drive that has more space. And I'll put it on my backup drive. And so we have this backed up in 2 places now. Pretty safe. Should be good. The cloud is definitely going to be just fine in like 99% of the cases. But if you have something that's still not coming back, we always have the local backup. Alright, so now we're ready to uninstall the Chrome browser. We want to go to the control panel. There's a couple places to get to the control panel in Windows 10. And I'll show you an easy way to get the control panel on the desktop. All you got to do is right click, go to new shortcut, type control.exe, and then type control panel. Then you'll have the control panel here. Go ahead and open that up. And let's go to the programs and features, and then type Google, select Google Chrome. And then the main one you want to check is also delete your browsing data. And what that's going to do is clear out your user profile for Google Chrome. And so it's backed up, so it's not going to delete the cloud backup. It's not going to delete your separate local backup as well. Uninstall, and then close out this survey. They pop up. And we should be good. So we can double check that Google Chrome profile properties, and it should be pretty small in the kilobytes. So now let's reinstall the browser. Just go to Google Chrome Setup, Run, and this will download the installation. All right, so now we want to sign back into that cloud account. So just sign in. Mine has a passphrase as well, so it's going to pop that up. So turn on, and we have an error, big spooky red error. Not to worry though, that's the passphrase. We have to go to enter passphrase. I don't know why they don't just have a notification that says enter passphrase. Now let's go ahead and just type that in, and we should be good. So this syncing process does take about like 2 to 3 minutes. Sometimes it may take longer. Give it some time. You should see your bookmarks and extensions pop up. So the extensions are also going to open some tabbed windows. A lot of them like to have a little web page introductory thing. I just close all that out, and we should be good after that's all done. So go ahead and try out your favorite websites. I guarantee things are probably going to be a bit snappier in most cases. If you've never done this before and it's been a really long time, you have a much faster browser now. It's going to be much more comfortable to use, and I'm glad to help you out. Till next time, this is Abrams Insights.